welcome to the X game here on Kin Family Bingo. I guess one thing I should clear up first is the show that I'm participating in these days is not the show, but the real life adventures of Rob. So there we go, seen Wednesdays and Fridays at 9:30. So this is a shameless promotional bingo calling, but this is the X game here that we're working on. 2 diagonal lines, no ends necessary whatsoever. So I guess to begin, just make sure that there's no balls stuck in the machine, and I guess I can just press this button, turn this whole thing on. It'll be terribly exciting. Best of luck. I was wondering, I have a little bit of a continuity problem with the show tonight. As you may know, I was filming the Scouts, or sorry, the Cubs as they came last week, so I was thinking that maybe you could perhaps give us a sort of overview of what happened last week so that I could sort of slip it in on the show, ensuring that continuity is kept as the most important thing here.
Certainly.
Actually, the other thing is, would you mind turning off the cue on the television?
Here at Cablenet 13 Community Programming, we endeavor to illustrate to our viewing populace exactly what we're doing here. This is a community action television station. We reflect the views and interests of our community, and we will occasionally offer tours to interested groups so that they can come on in and see what we're doing here. The first Sydenham Cubs were such an interested group, and they came in to watch the station in progress, and perhaps indicative of today's youth, learned absolutely nothing.
That's great. That sounds just like Masterpiece Theater or something like that. Perhaps he should be getting a job hosting some sort of, in a narrative capacity.
It's a union thing, Rob. I'm sure you understand that.
Oh, I see. All right. So yeah, do you figure that the youth of today, or that particular group of the youth of today, do you figure that they're ready to run off and make television programs of their own now?
Rob, based on our interaction with today's youth, the country is doomed.
Yeah, it's a shame. Were you ever a Cub as a youth?
In fact, I was.
You were? Do you remember the Cub motto?
Yes, but however, I was sworn to secrecy.
You want to say it with me?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Len. Do it for Baden-Powell.
That's an excellent attempt at cajolery, but it is unsuccessful.
No. So you wouldn't, how about if I just said, div, div, div?
A fine effort, please continue.
I could say it again if you'd like. Are you going to respond?
You could repeat it endlessly.
Div, 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 Len. Oh, yeah. Dob, dob, dob. Div, 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 Len.
Not a chance.
Baden-Powell would be thoroughly disappointed, I'm sure.
I thought he was dead.
Well, just because he's dead doesn't mean he can't be disappointed, I guess. Well, maybe it does, but who's to say? Or maybe I shouldn't say he's disappointed, maybe I should say he's rolling over in his grave.
Oh, no, you'll have to excuse me. My coworker is on fire.
Oh, no! Div, 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 Len.
I promise to do my best to love and serve God, to see my duty, see the green, to serve the Lord, to walk
Rob, based on our interaction with today's youth, the country is doomed.
Mom, I'm not going on a diet.
Hey, Eric, stand up.
Hi, Mom. I'm as skinny as a stick. Hi, David. Mom. I'm some guy. I like you. David is dynamite. Don't mess with it.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Rob. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Have you noticed the scouts?
Yeah, there's hordes of them here.
That's hordes. Hordes is a word, certainly, that
Hordes.
you could use to describe the number of scouts.
And any idea why they're here?
I think they're taking a Cablenet tour
A Cablenet tour.
from Len Fabish,
And-
Master Controller.
What you're working with here are VCRs, much like what you have at home, except there's 6 of them in this room. This fellow's doing a bingo game. He's giving away money to the folks at home. You can see in front of you a variety of cameras that are used. Each one has a different shot. One camera shows the board, one camera just shows the ball, and one camera is a close-up of him so that you can see him talking. And when you look at this, you can see that those elements are together. You've got the ball in the corner, there's the bingo game, there's the fellow calling.
This is my first time calling bingo. Can't tell you how happy I am to be here doing this. I-19. Okay, there is a potential winner. Do not disturb your cards, or no potential winner. There's some confusion here in the station.
We'd like to ask some questions. What's your question?
You got the prices right on this, Jim?
We have the prices right on our cable package, but this channel does not cover the prices right because it doesn't occur in our community. Are you pointing at this? I think this is the cassette player.
So we're on TV.
What's your question? If something is, it will suffice, it's good enough for. What's your question?
Is that on TV or something?
It probably will be.
Awesome. Hey, look at me. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, Mom. Hi. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Mom.
The individual working in the corner is an independent producer with us. Rob has his own television show here called The Real Life Adventures of Rob. And generally, what Rob does is share with the viewing audience unusual activities that he is involved in that don't involve major class felonies.
They didn't seem to be too attentive. Seemed to be more concerned about whether Price is Right was on Cablenet 13, or
It's the American influence.
I guess so. They were asking for shows that definitely weren't happening in their own community, it seemed. Missing the entire point of the whole Cablenet experience.
Ah, but it's all part of the learning experience.
I suppose so. I suppose so. You're a gracious, gracious man. But now you've pawned the scouts off on the bingo people, I guess.
Well, I have to participate in the end theme here so that I can graphic out and also transition.
Oh, yeah, so
But
really.
each one of those small people represents a family. Each family is a potential Cablenet subscriber. And they warm our hearts.
Yes, yes, they do.
And I have to do some graphics.
Okay, once you're on, you can switch over a little bit. The guys that weren't on can get on. Yeah, I don't know if everyone will fit, so you guys that are on the end will have to keep on walking. You've had your moment of fame, you'll have to keep right on going. Right off, right off. There we go, the first in the Cubs. Looks like I'm not going to get to read the locations, so I want to, I want to thank Leonard Fabish. He's our director and our technical man back there. We had some lights go out on us, we had some camera problems, and something that normally takes can take 20 minutes to half an hour to get all set up. Leonard did in 3.5 minutes, so you just did a fantastic
All right,
job
lad.
to save us and get us on the
Good job.
I gave him bunnies.
We saw your ears, and they were fine-looking ears. Do you have any questions about what you've seen tonight? Sure.
Yeah. I saw people giving other people bunny ears on TV. I gave bunny ears to Taylor, and I didn't give them to Andrew. Is that illegal to give people bunny ears on TV?
Your references towards the anatomical attributes of rodents and the rabbits are totally up to your own self-discrimination.
Oh, man, it's illegal.
How can I help you?
You say that in English?
No.
Like when someone came in here and unhooked every single thing, would you know how to set it all back up?
Well, actually, Rob has come in here and unhooked every single piece of equipment that we have, and we simply make him hook it back up again before he leaves.
Mister,
You have another question.
He was giving you bunny ears. He was giving you bunny ears. He was giving you bunny ears.
That's fine. If it feels good for him, that's fine.
I hear you gave him bunny ears.
No, I didn't give him bunny ears.
Yeah.
Yes,
you can. It's all yours.
Nice guys, huh? Those are the future of tomorrow. Future Canada. Prime Minister, Deputy.
You can tell that your message and your information is being very well received. You can tell everybody's listening intently.
Subliminal penetration. That's what we're working on, is subliminal penetration.
Good show?
Thanks for your participation. Good show. It was an interesting show.
Oh,
It wasn't necessarily the way they usually go.
No, do you think there's going to be a bingo riot tonight?
No, I don't think so. It didn't go that badly. Possibly next week. We have a guest caller, Rob.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, that he's quite proficient at inciting riots. So we'll see what happens next week.
Just turn it on.
Yep.
To magical air. Off that. Now, if you're doing the X game, you don't need the ends, but you do need the B's. So you just pull it out of there.
Okay.
There's your mark there.
And I just take the next ball anytime?
Yeah, well, you have to announce what that is. You have to say
Yeah, B15.
That's right. You say the number twice.
B15.
And what the two games that I do, I leave 4 seconds in between balls. So once you call the B, then I just count to myself.
B15.
You got to put it in the right slot. You'll see the light up on the board.
Okay, yeah. And I-21. I-21.
Exactly. That's it. Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
B8.
I say it twice, don't forget.
Yeah.
And you got to remind people we're playing the X game,
Okay.
because even though it's on the screen, they will sometimes get confused.
Okay, so
So now
to
you've got-
describe the game, I'd just have to say, well, we're playing the X game here, and that means, of course, that you've got to make an X.
Yeah.
And it's pretty straightforward, and that's enough explanation.
2
for
diagonal
this
lines, yep.
Two diagonal lines.
$100 prize.
$100
Now
prize.
here's the only tricky part. You come to an end. You don't need ends for the X game. But what you do need is to just quickly stick them there. That's it. Say there's an end.
There's an end.
And just
I
sit it in the
don't
ends,
need
but don't push it down, as I don't want the ends lighted
Oh,
up to
okay.
confuse people.
All right.
It doesn't have to be in the right slot. It can be in any slot,
Yeah.
because you're not going to turn it on.
Yeah.
But for CRTC, we have to show every number that comes up, even though we don't use it.
Okay. All right. So
That's it. So
yeah, the
then
only
what'll
thing I have to say, it's $100 prize, and skip the ends. Don't push the ends in. Take like 4 seconds. Say it twice, and then 4 seconds, and then and that's pretty much it.
That's it, yeah.
And in between balls, shut up, and then when people call in, I can ramble.
Yeah.
All right.
And when the phone rings, they're supposed to hold up a card that says potential bingo.
Okay.
Sometimes they hold up one that says something completely weird, but just assume that when it's first called. The signals I usually use is when there's a caller, I usually say stop calling. Pretty straightforward.
Hey, you. Yeah, that's right. You got a computer yet? Because if you don't, this is a place to get it right here, the Computer Depot. They got new and used computers and all that. Listen up, bub. Get a computer.
Tonight I'd like to drink
Juice.
very much. You?
It must be very fulfilling.
Oh yes, it is. Yes.
You get the joy of helping out tomorrow's generation. You
That's
know,
right, yeah.
Seeing them.
Molding the minds.
Yeah, molding the minds of today's youth.
That's right.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, David's mom.
I like you. Beep, beep. I want talking to like the phone. I want talking to like the phone. Talking to like the phone. I want talking to like the phone. Go zoom out.
That's right, yeah? The future of tomorrow. The future of tomorrow.
Good day, Mother.
The future of tomorrow.
Pack up and run. Pack up and run. Pack up and run. Take cover. It's evil. Take cover. Yeah.
Boss is leaving.
Back to the dungeon.
Boss is leaving.
Back to the dungeon.
Boss is leaving.
Back to the dungeon. Back to the dungeon.
Bye now. Bye now.
Dip.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Stop.
Another action-packed day here at Cablenet 13.
Yes, it was.
Yes. Did you get to interact with the scouts?
No, I didn't actually, but they did come behind me and push me a few
They're a
times.
bunch of little maniacs.
Very.
Bunch of little maniacs. Were you ever a brownie or a guide?
Yes, I was.
What was your little slogan as a? You were what? Were you a brownie?
I was a brownie and a girl guide.
Wow. What's the big catchphrases for brownies and girl guides?
Do not remember it all. I think it's like, I'll do my best or something.
That's similar to the scout one.
Mm.
You see, when they were leaving and I said dib, dib, dib,
Uh-huh.
and they said dob, 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 you see, dib, dib, dib is an acronym. It's DYB and it stands for do your best, right?
Oh.
And dob, they're supposed to say will dob, 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 meaning we will do our best, right? Dob, do our best. So that's basically what that was all about. Because you wouldn't know that because you were never a cub.
I wouldn't
So
know.
next time anybody comes up to you and says dib, 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 you can say, oh,
Dob,
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 dob, dob. What do you think of the youth of today now that you've experienced them firsthand?
The younger crowd, I think they are growing up too fast. They're
Growing
learning
up too fast.
foul language. Such young
Foul,
years.
you heard some foul language?
Well, they're very rambunctious and I'm pretty sure they know foul language.
They were rambunctious, but does that necessarily mean that they know foul language or use it?
Well, they probably do.
That's a real big generalization. Some would say that's anti-child prejudice.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It seems painfully obvious to me. They certainly were rambunctious, but you're
Yes.
saying that you weren't rambunctious when you were a child?
Oh, I was very rambunctious as a child.
So did you grow up too fast?
No.
Did you use foul language?
Yes.
All the time?
No. Not all the time.
Then how can you make such a generalization? Everybody uses foul language. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Dave, thanks for the plug, eh?
The plug, yes.
What
yes.
a guy.
You don't.
Viewership will skyrocket
Oh,
now.
by the way, don't forget to watch Spotlight on Dominoes, Mondays at 9:30 and Thursdays at 8, okay? Everybody out there, thanks, Rob.
Because with the exception of Rob, Len Piper is the best Cablenet on-air personality that they have, so you should watch him.
You're saying that you're not doing such a hot job yourself, then.
Well, I do my best, but when you're up
I guess
against...
if you're not even allowed to make bingo
He
jokes,
does
Yeah.
great.
But when you're up against
Great
talent
bingo.
like this and talent like yourself, Rob, what chance do I have?
especially if you're not allowed to make bingo jokes.
That's right.
And why can't you make bingo jokes?
Well, because there's a lot of prize money on the line. It's $2,600 available to be won every Wednesday at 6:30 to 7:30 on Kin Family Bingo on Cablenet 13.
Good evening and welcome to Kin Family Bingo. I'm David I'm David Quinn. I'll be your caller today, Wednesday, November the 20th. Today's card color is orange and the serial number is 74530. And I've got a big problem under the G50. So we're going to have a special guest caller for game number 3 and game number 4. That's the X game and the Little Joe game. We're going to have Rob Kittredge call for you this evening. G58, under the G58. Now, Rob is one of the on-air personalities from the show, which is one of the programs here on Cablenet, seen Friday evenings. So Rob is going to fill in for me for a couple games. It's his first time calling bingo, so I hope he has a good time doing it. I think my voice will hold out, and I'm very thankful that Rob Kittredge is going to fill in a couple games for me. Give me a break. Just a reminder that for game number 3 and game number 4, Rob Kittredge from Cablenet's The Show is going to fill in for me, give my voice at rest, so we appreciate that, Rob. They have confirmed a bingo. They have confirmed a bingo for this game, so we're going to turn things off. I'm going to get out of the way, and I'm going to welcome Rob Kittredge up here. Rob Kittredge from Cablenet's The Show, which is seen Friday night, is going to come up here and spell me for a bit. And it's all yours, sir.
I guess one thing I should clear up first is the show that I'm participating in these days is not the show, but the real-life adventures of Rob. So there we go, seen Wednesdays and Fridays at 9:30. So this is a shameless promotional bingo calling. What an amazing machine. Our second number, G54. That's G54. And moving right along, 061. One of my personal favorite numbers, 061. There's $100 riding on this game. Very exciting. Another I-26. I'd like to say hello to Brian, Jay, and Andrew, who are having a bingo party tonight. They like their bingo. And also, Kathy, Orla, and Suzanne are having a bingo party this evening, as I call I-20. I-20, ladies and gentlemen, under the I-20. Oh, it's an O. 071, B8. Both the B and the 8 are very similar shapes. Another one of my perennial favorite numbers here, B10. Oh, and another N, which I can even put up here upside down because it's unnecessary anyway. Great machine this is. I don't know where you get one of these things, but I wouldn't mind one for my own home. N41. Another pointless number that's in there just to prove that we're not trying to pull a fast one on you. You guessed it, G52. The G balls are green, oddly enough. I guess there's some effort made to have the colors coincide with the letters. This is my first time calling bingo. Can't tell you how happy I am to be here doing this. I-19. Okay, there's a potential winner. Do not disturb your cards, or no potential winner. There's some confusion here in the station. No potential winner. So I'm going to continue right along as if nothing happened. I-19, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps they were calling to complain about my banter, but who's to say? How's my pacing, Dave? Perfect. That's good. This is my first time. I'm not sure of, how long to give you people to check your cards, but I trust that you can do it speedily enough. B5. Oddly enough, the ends are just black and white, sort of denoting their uselessness in this game, perhaps. Awfully tempting to make little bad puns about these bingo numbers that come up every once in a while, but apparently that's in bad taste, so I won't venture into that territory. Oh, 69. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, 73, and there's a potential winner. Do not disturb your cards, however, as there might not be any sort of actual confirmed winner happening at this point. So now I get to step up my banter a little bit and have a chance to... I see they've just put up my little shameless promotion. I was looking forward to coming in and calling bingo this evening. I was told, however, that it's uncouth to make bad puns regarding the letters that come up, like, say, B9 or whatever. Bad puns relating to the numbers. Apparently it's in bad taste, so I've been trying to steer clear of that. I hope my banter hasn't been disturbing you. There's an actual confirmed winner, ladies and gentlemen. Is that the case? That's the case. So, confirmed winner, you can disturb your cards now, I guess. Turn off the motor for a moment while, oh, I guess I should have done that before. Got rid of that annoying sound. We can start off again. This time we're doing the Little Joe game, which involves getting the 8 numbers immediately surrounding your free square on your bingo card. So, the Little Joe game. Of course, in this game, both B's and O's are useless, so there'll be lots of comments about B's and O's, I guess, coming up. All right, so here we go. I'm going to flip on the machine. Just listen to that sound. Wow. And the number pops up already. What an efficient machine. Through the power of air, as I've been told, bingo happens. And an N, which were so useless in the last game, all of a sudden are very, very important in the Little Joe game. N, a great letter starting off such words as newspaper and napkins. Oh, 61, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. This is a useless number again. I'm probably confusing everyone. This switching from the X game to the Little Joe game is a little bit too much for me. Now there's a handy number, G47. And thanks to the wonders of Cablenet technology, that N is featured in this small circle right over here. Only the best for the community station viewer. O70, once again, not necessary in this game. G, starting off such words as garbage and glass. Yet another N. Now, if you're looking for those numbers directly above and below your free square, N31 might help you. O69. Useless in this game. N34. Now, there's a number we can all get behind. A quick word to those people having bingo parties tonight. Party. G, bringing us such great words as gluten and glasnost. There's a potential winner once again. Do not disturb your cards. All right. So a little bit of banter while we're waiting for the thing to be confirmed here. Should I? I'll keep bantering then. I'm just thinking maybe I'm being cleared out, but yeah, I'll keep bantering. Last night when I was coming home from, I was out last night fairly late. Ran into a police officer who wanted to know my name so that they could run my my file through their little computer. And it got into a large argument because I was sort of standing there saying I'm a free citizen with a right not to tell you my name. And argument went on for about 20 minutes. Very friendly argument. I was being goofy and she was, you know, just being sort of goofy, but really wanting to know my name. I refused to tell her my name until she offered me a bag of donuts if I was to tell her who I was so that she could run me through the computer. And needless to say, being the opportunity to walk away with a bag of donuts given to me by a police officer in return for telling me their name was more than enough to get me to tell her my name. She ran me through the computer. I was fine. No outstanding warrants or anything. But I got a bag of donuts. So I think really I came out all right in that deal. I keep calling. So the winner has apparently not won. Another false alarm. That's 3 in one night or something. Crazy. Two in one night. I-29, as we get back to our active bingo playing format, I-29. Regaling you with a little story of my recent past. There's a potential winner. Once again, do not disturb your cards. Because as we've seen so far tonight, it's quite entirely possible that these potential winners might not be actual winners, confirmed winners, as we like to say here on Kin Family Bingo. Well, I wonder if I can think of something else to regale you with as I wait to find out if the bingo is actually happening. I guess I could shamelessly promote my television show, which on either this upcoming Friday or the Friday after that will feature bingo prominently in the whole thing. So it's yeah, it's the Real Life Adventures of Rob. And it happens on Cablenet 13, right here, the very station that you're watching. Friday nights is the first run at 9:30. And we actually do have a winner. My show is repeated Wednesday nights at 9:30. And that's later on tonight, so stay tuned for the Real Life Adventures of Rob. And I guess back over to Dave at this point. Thank you ever so much for having me. I hope my banter didn't annoy anyone too much.